I've heard a lot of valid reasons why 30A is so special. David and I would like to share with you 3 reasons why it's special to us. I'm Erica, and this is David, and we are 30A Misfits. 30A is a collection of small, unique, and beautiful Florida beach towns, nestled quietly between the much busier areas of Panama City Beach and Destin. 30A is known for its unique architecture and small town feeling. The 1998 Jim Carrey movie The Truman Show was filmed in one of these 14 beach communities, and Luke Bryan shot the music video for his 2014 hit Roller Coaster in 2 of the others. For the better part of 2021, we've been featuring each of these beach communities on our YouTube channel, highlighting each community's history while visiting the unique businesses for both locals and tourists, and giving an educated, subjective judgment on whether each business is geared more for locals or tourists. 3 reasons why it's special to us. Number 1, height limitations in South Walton County. No buildings or structures shall be permitted to exceed 50 feet in height for single-family or multi-family residential uses. This was brilliant. It's what separates us from Destin and Panama City Beach. It's why we have neighborhoods with neighbors instead of huge condo complexes with giant parking lots. It's why we have the incredibly healthy bike culture that we do. It's why we have some of the most valuable real estate in the country, which can be a mixed blessing.
Increase the rent by $900. Look how tall this friggin' thing is. 50 feet!
One Seagrove condominiums and Beachcrest condominiums were both built before the height ordinance was implemented, and they both follow the template of having giant, ugly parking lots. This is 31 on 30A.
This was built after the height restrictions, and it has 31 condos, I think, or something like that, 29 condos, something like that. And this is what happens because of the height ordinance and what makes it so smart. See how much smaller of a footprint that it makes.
There's no parking lot, it's all underneath the building. This is a family destination beach town. Most of the houses on 30A are on the short-term rental program. So when schools are back in session, most of the houses are not filled to capacity. You have a chance to build a little bit of a relationship with the people that are here year-round because you see them at the grocery stores, restaurants, and the Tom Thumb. Emma? Hi! You learn the names and faces of people that live here. This is why our second reason 30A is so special to us is that it's a small town. And speaking of it being a small town, I was going to say you can't go anywhere and not see somebody you know. So,
yeah. Usually I'm at a restaurant somewhere. Yeah, right. That's what I do, is I eat.
This is Tim of Jewelry of 30A, and he's the one who made my engagement ring.
And we've known Tim
We've known him for
8 years. It is a small town. Less now than before, because I remember I used to say you could go bowling down the road. It was so empty. Right. Now you can't bowl down the road, even in off season, but it does. It is a small town.
We're going to spend a little more time talking about our third reason than the previous 2. Although this will not be apparent to the tens of thousands of tourists that visit our beaches every summer, it is, however, a strong reason why some of us choose to live here. Similar to how Muscle Shoals, Alabama is blessed with a spirit of music.
Word, Muscle Shoals comes into the picture.
Why does that music come out of there?
How did so much music take place in such an undescript little town?
This small stretch of road is blessed with our third reason we find 30A so special, a spirit of entrepreneurship.
Aaron and I used to live, 200 yards apart.
Yeah. That was a great time, man. We had breakfast once a week. It was awesome.
We want to highlight an entrepreneur that's a 30A treasure. His name is Aaron Sutton, and he's the owner of a local homegrown design studio called Pure White Design. Aaron is a perfect example of the kind of entrepreneur that thrives here at the beach. So it was a huge blessing when he was able to fit us into his schedule for this interview. Do you think there's a spirit of entrepreneurship on 30A?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it comes from a good old-fashioned American desire to be free. Come down here, start your own business, make your life, work hard. People have realized that if they work hard enough, they can live wherever they want. And this is one of those places. I love it. It's great. I've been here since 2008.
What made you want to move out here?
That's a great question. I've been visiting the area since about 2001. My family discovered this area by accident. My mom had planned a vacation to Destin, and it was all booked up, and they said, well, why don't you try this place in Seagrove? So we didn't know what that was. We went over there, and we just fell in love with the place. We're like, wow, what is this place? And discovered Seaside at that time, and it was really cool. So I'd always dreamed of moving by the beach and coming down here, and that was a dream of my wife's also. So that's how I got here.
Okay. I feel like it's funny. I feel like Seaside is always the first one that people find.
Yeah.
I guess it's just the most well-known.
Where does your inspiration come from?
Really, it just comes from a desire to help people. Somebody has a problem, and I just want to help them and use the skills that God gave me to make it happen.
Aaron has a servant's heart, and it's something that David and I want to emulate.
What's your favorite restaurant on 30A?
Based on the amount of money that I've spent over the last 15 years, I would probably have to say Bruno's Pizza.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's fair.
Totally fair.
My favorite beach access is for sure the Great Beach State Park.
What are some of the more visible logos that you've designed on 30A?
The most visible one that people always go, oh yeah, I remember that, is the Clay 30A, Clay Gardens over there in Seagrove. Everybody knows that one. Roland's Beauty Bar, which is now at 30 Avenue, but it was in Seaside for over 10 years before it was over there. Kindness Pet Hospital right over here on the west end of 30A. Barefoot Vacations, you can find their signs all over the place, mostly in Rosemary Beach, but that's another one I'm real proud of.
And of course there's ours, 30A Misfits.
Yes, of course, and that's one of my favorite logos ever, obviously. But the thing I love the most about 30A is just the families, the aspects of families coming together and creating great memories. That's. We got Noah surfing right over here. Some really pretty little small surf, and then right over next to him we have a gigantic double rainbow. July 2022. That's really why we came here. We wanted to make great memories together, me and my wife, and we've made so many good memories here.
How is your relationship with Jesus?
What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Cookie dough.
Wrong!
What if I was to tell you that that's a wrong choice? The problem that a lot of people have is that they think that that choosing their religion is like ice cream. They think that, hey, that's cool that you are a Christian, that you follow Jesus, but I'm really more interested in Buddhism or some Eastern ways of thinking. Jesus made a big claim. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. He made a claim to be God.
That's a bold statement.
And you have to, no matter what you believe about any religion out there, you have to make a choice about Jesus. Is he who he said he was? And if he is, then what did he say? And what do I have to do as a result of that? The evidence about Jesus is overwhelming historically. It's like a court of law. You know how many witnesses you have to prove that someone is guilty?
Usually one.
Yeah, one. Well, Jesus had multiple witnesses. To me that evidence points to that he is who he said he was, and I believe he was. And as a result, that changes everything. I accepted Jesus when I was a child, and as I've grown up, I've realized even more the significance of that decision. And I understand more about why everybody's got to make a choice about who Jesus is. No matter what you think that you want to believe out there, you must make a choice about if Jesus is who he said he was, and if he is, what does that mean for my life? If we believe that we have no fear of death, our sins are forgiven, go for it. I don't know if you guys saw the interview of the Babylon Bee with Elon Musk.
We're here, the Babylon Bee is a Christian organization, and we're a ministry.
Well, how come we're doing the show on a Sunday? Why aren't you heathens in church?
Exactly.
Do us a solid and accept Jesus today.
We're wondering if you could do us a quick solid and accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior.
And he was like, whoa, let me think about that for a minute. And you know what he did? He went through all the stuff about Jesus.
I agree with the principles that Jesus advocated. And that there's great wisdom in the teachings of Jesus, and I agree with those teachings.
Love your neighbor as yourself. I can't disagree with that.
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Through a list of things about Jesus.
And things like turn the other cheek, forgiveness, treating people as you would wish to be treated.
And he said, yeah, I think I can do that.
That'll be true. I'll be saved. Why not?
Sweet, we did it?
Yeah.
I think he just said yes.
We got it.
All right.
Thank you to Aaron for spending the time with us.
I love it when Aaron talks about logos and designs because you can tell he's passionate about it. He gets a chance to spread his creative wings, and he's a very, very talented person. And I'm lucky enough to call him one of my best friends. It's pretty cool.
We'll leave his contact information in the comments. We've been trying desperately to find a partner to team up with us so that we can continue to produce videos weekly. Something we would rather do is team up with you. After having lunch in Defuniak Springs, Florida, with some new friends who are fans of ours.
What you got there, baby?
We got our first fan mail.
Nice.
And trying to emulate what other YouTube creators have done.
Here we are getting prepared for meeting up with all of our patrons.
And we've been following you for the past 2.5 years about, and you were gracious enough to invite us on board.
We've decided to set up some kind of Patreon or Patreon-like account.
Patreon exists because when creators are paid, they can create more amazing things. Things that inspire us, teach us, challenge us, things that make us laugh.
Please let us know if you think this is a good idea, and we'll talk more about it later. For now, thank you so much for watching and for being part of our family and journey.
It's gonna be an arm workout.
Good.
Stop looking down. Do it again.
No.
All right, go.
This is 31 on. This is 30.
Good.
Do I need to do sunglasses on or off?
Make sure it's a little higher though.
And you have a recipe.
Nope, most valuable land in the world.
Recipe for some of the. I was close. I can do it.
Okay.
Throw in a couple more objective and subjective reasons that add to the exclusivity, and you have a recipe for some of the most valuable land in the world.
Great story when we lived in Seagrove. I moved here from Texas, and I had no idea that there were certain creatures that lived in the forest here that I was not aware of. Watching a movie late at night with Emily, and the house starts to shake. Uh-oh.
That's okay. Just set off that. Keep going.
Keep going. Okay. So anyway, the house starts to shake, and I thought, oh no, it's a plumbing thing. And so I went back into the bathroom, and the wall shook right next to me. And I was like, whoa, what in the world is this? So I went over to the back door, and I opened it up, and I turned on the light in the backyard, and there was 3 bear cubs, and they were wrestling. And they were rolling up against the side of the house. And I ran to get my camera, and as soon as I got it and came back, you know, they were already running off into the forest. One of them climbed up a tree. It was like the Loch Ness Monster. I had no evidence.
And nobody will believe me!
But it was a great story. I love it. Yeah.
Well, here's the freaky thing. When you realize that something is hitting your house.
Yeah.
I mean, is it JT? He's lost his mind out there?
Nice to see him all the time.
We just saw him the other day.
Seaside Farmers Market.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe because it helps the YouTube algorithm. And have an awesome day.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling